Roll Tide, welcome back to Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. Roger Hoover, now pleased to be joined by Tyler Fay here at the LOH Healthcare Advantage Center at our podcast studio. Crimson Tide Friday night starter who a few weeks ago had a no-hitter against the Florida Gators. First of all, Tyler, Roll Tide man, how has life been since the no-hitter?
Yeah, Roll Tide. Life's been awesome. It's been really good. We've been playing some good baseball. I know last week was a little bit rough, but for the most part, we've been playing really well, and everything's been good.
It has been fun to see this team go through some of the ups and downs of the season. And as we talked about, the Kentucky series didn't go Alabama's way, but I want to look at your start. How do you feel like you were able to stay in that ball game, not let some of those innings get out of control, regardless what happened with the score?
Yeah, for the Kentucky weekend,
Mhm.
yeah. I think it was just kind of trying to stay neutral and trying to just keep going at them and execute what I was doing. I know the first, 2 or 3 innings, they put up like 1 or 2 runs, I think, in each of those innings. And it was just a couple bad pitches that I made that they hit out. But yeah, I was just trying to stay with my attack plan and just doing what I do. And then as the game went on, started to settle in a little bit, like started to pitch a little better. So yeah, it was just kind of one of those outings.
Yeah, and it really helped the bullpen for that whole weekend. You were able to go 7 innings, and then just take us through the week of preparation getting ready for that Florida start.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of the same as every week. Obviously, after a bad week, you're like itching to get back on the mound a little bit more. So I think it was just kind of a little bit of like a fire lit under all of us after getting swept by Kentucky. So going into the Florida weekend, we were all really excited to just play, and obviously that weekend went a lot better than Kentucky's did. So
It really did. And then Coach Vaughn even talked about going into the South Alabama game. He felt like the energy around this team was pretty good. And then he was kind of wondering what it would be like the Wednesday after that game. But he said Wednesday and Thursday leading into that weekend were really good. Just did you sense from your teammates something special was about to happen?
oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, going into South Al, like we all felt really good. Honestly, we just didn't play very well, and yeah, like the energy, the morale among the team was all good. Like you would have thought after getting swept and then beat on the road by South Al, like we would have been down, but we were all really confident still. It was just kind of how baseball works. Sometimes you don't play well. Sometimes other teams just beat you, and yeah, we were all really excited for Florida. We knew they were a really good team, so we were just trying to prove something with that weekend.
And then you were on the mound Friday night for the Crimson Tide. First of all, take us through your day of preparation, like for a Friday night start, from when you get up to game time. What's your day look like?
Yeah, so I wake up kind of whenever. I try to sleep in a little bit and just get my body in a good spot to go. And then me and my wife always get sushi from Publix for our pregame meal. So yeah, we did that. I'm trying to think anything else that was different in Florida. I don't really know. I know we dyed the mustache a little bit the night before. I think it was the night before. But
Lighter or
yeah, a
darker?
little bit darker. Try to get a little darker. I might need to do it again. Honestly, it's getting kind of light again. But no, yeah, we did that. We got our sushi rocking and showed up to the field feeling ready. And yeah, it was just that's pretty much all we did.
That's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
sushi and dyeing the mustache. Those
Yep.
are a couple keys
Those are
for
the
you.
two keys. Yep. Yeah.
Well, obviously, you got to be on the same page as well with Jason Jackson, your pitching coach, as well as John Lim, your catcher.
Mhm.
How dialed in were you and John Lim throughout the night?
Yeah, we were really dialed in. Like me and him, obviously he can notice a couple more things with the hitters, like where they're at in the box and like kind of mid at bat, like changes that they're making. So there's a lot of pitches that like JJ would call something, and Johnny was like, "Oh no, he just scooted back off the plate. We're not going there." So me and him were really locked in, and we're able to kind of call our own game with JJ calling the game too, which was awesome. And we were just on the page with every pitch. Every time he called something, we were just locked in, and it was like full confidence from all three of us in every pitch that I was throwing, which is huge.
How good was he at framing pitches, especially not just that night, but in general?
Yeah,
How good of a job does he
he's
do?
been really good, especially that night. I mean, towards the end of the game, there was a couple of balls that were quite a few inches off the plate that he was stealing for me. So that was awesome. It really helps. Like you don't have to be perfect with every pitch when he's able to take a couple inches here and there and just help you out. So that's a big thing.
Got some run support. That was certainly good to see as you're building up the lead. You're
Mhm.
continuing on the mound. When did you first realize you had a no hitter going?
I think it was the fifth inning when I first realized because I've told a couple of people this, but it was the North Florida start. It was that week that I challenged Coach Mo. I was like, "Hey, if I get 5 no-hit innings at least against North Florida, like let me get an AB off you next week. And then I think I had a no hitter through like 3 or something, and then they got a couple hits, whatever. But yeah, it was after the fifth that I looked up and I was like, hey, I might be able to get that bat off of Coach Moat next week. Like, this is pretty sweet. And then as the game kept going on, I didn't really think about it from like the sixth through seventh inning, something like that. And then in the eighth, when I went back out, I was like, oh crap, like I'm at 120 pitches right now. Like they still have no hits. Like this is real. It was pretty exciting for sure.
Now, baseball players are kind of superstitious. One of the things they always do, especially in major leagues, is you don't talk to the pitcher that's throwing a no hitter or a perfect game. Did that happen to you?
Oh yeah, yeah. There was. I think everyone kind of collectively started to realize around the seventh inning, and I don't think anyone even looked at me from the seventh inning on. Like when I'd come in the dugout, it was just everyone had their backs to me. I'd walk in, they were just like nothing. So yeah, I was kind of looking around, and I was like, all right, everyone is just either locked in on the game or they have no idea what's happening. But I think they were just locked in on it.
Did you like that, or do you want to talk to some people?
I kind of like it. I feel
Okay.
like sometimes I'm in the mood to talk to people, but at that moment I was like really focused on just keeping the no hitter going, and so I was not trying to talk to anyone really.
So you knew the no hitter was part of it. Did you know your pitch count at any time during that?
After the seventh inning, I kind of thought I was going to be done after that, honestly, because it was like the 100th pitch. It was kind of a long AB. That guy battled a little bit. It was a 3-2 count. And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, all right, empty the tank right here. This is your last guy. Like, you got to get him. And then I came in the dugout after that inning, and JJ's just like, how you feeling? You're good? I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm good to keep going. And then after that, I didn't really think anything of it. I knew the pitch count was over 100, but when I looked up and saw like 128 or whatever it was in one of the last ABs, I was like, holy cow, this is the most pitches I've ever thrown in my life. So it was pretty crazy, but it was cool.
Most pitches you've ever thrown. Was it the most tired you've ever felt on the mound, though?
No, not at all. I feel like I felt more juice in that last inning than I felt most times when I'm in the fourth inning. So it was just like a lot of adrenaline all night. I didn't really ever feel tired. Definitely the aftermath felt a little bit more tired than normal. Like when the adrenaline wore off, I was like, man, that was a big day. but but yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Really crazy. Again, the final outs, fly ball to Justin Osterhausen left. He makes the catch, and then just a whirlwind after that, right?
hmm
Because the teammates said, tear your jersey off. You have to salute the right field Rangers. Just take us through everything that happened right afterwards.
Yeah, that was insane. Like it was kind of everyone was really tight, I feel like, for a while with like towards the end of the game, like everyone was excited, but it was like they could still get a hit. Like this isn't over yet. And then all the emotions just like exploded right when it happened, like right when the last out. And then yeah, the whole team running at me. I don't even remember. I feel like most of it honestly. But yeah, the run to right field, I think I just like dead sprinted that and ran through everyone, and I was really tired after that one too. I think that probably gassed me out more than anything. But um, yeah, it was all the emotion just kind of flooded in at once.
That's really cool. And then your family was there as well. You mentioned in your interview with us before that, about a week before, that Florida was your favorite team growing up.
hmm
I mean, that makes it even more special. But especially having your family, the picture on the field of the scoreboard. How cool was that?
That was awesome. Yeah, being able to share that moment with all of them was really, really special. Like after my on-field interview and everything, I turned around and Chloe, my wife, was there, and that was just awesome. She was just bawling. She was crying her eyes out. And then my family made it down a couple minutes after that, and being able to be on the field with them, just experience the whole thing with them was really awesome.
That's really cool to see. So again, a huge ovation for you from these fans here in Tuscaloosa. What has it been like just kind of interacting with fans kind of since then as you continue throughout this season?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. I feel like a lot more people like know who I am now. Like after games and stuff, I'll go up to talk to my family down the line and stuff, and they'll be like, "Hey Tyler, can I have a picture?" Like stuff like that. It's like it's kind of crazy. It's like new experiences for me, but it's been really cool. It's been awesome. Like having the support of the fans and just all the people that know who I am now and kind of are more bought in on Alabama baseball overall.
You mentioned your wife, Chloe, one of the few married players that we see in college baseball.
Mhm.
How great is it just to have her in town? Because you guys have had to do a lot of distance throughout your baseball journey. And I'm as someone who had to date long distance as well
Mhm.
for a long time, I know how tough that can be sometimes.
Yeah, it's awesome having her here. It makes everything a lot easier. I feel like it just kind of brings structure and like um, just keeps everything the same. Like after a bad game or after a bad outing, whatever it is, I come home and it's the same as having a good outing. Like she's there and she's supportive of me and she's really proud of me. So being able to come home and just having her there all the time is awesome. And then yeah, with the distance thing, like that sucked, honestly. So just being able to be with her all the time is amazing.
That's really cool. So again, since the no-hitter, some really good performances by you as well. Backed it up the next week against Auburn. How special was that sweep?
That was awesome. Yeah, that means a lot. Definitely to beat Auburn for one and then to sweep them was amazing. I think we've gotten, I don't know if we got swept by them. No, I don't think we've gotten swept by them in my time, but
Mhm.
we've lost both the series that I played against them. And I pitched pretty bad against them both years before that, too. So it was kind of like a get back outing for me. I was really trying to just give us a chance to win, and then our offense ended up being really good all weekend and putting up a ton of runs on them. So yeah, that was awesome. That meant a lot to all the team to sweep them, and then obviously coming off the Florida sweep too to keep that momentum running was awesome.
And you kept it going the next week at Oklahoma as well. And then in that start as well, you had to kind of wait through an 8-run top of the second inning. How do you stay loose? How do you stay locked in when your teammates, obviously you want the run support, you want those runs for Alabama, but how do you stay in your rhythm when something like that happens?
Yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes when we put up that many runs. I feel like it wasn't super long innings though, which was awesome. Sometimes it'll be like walk, 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 pitching change, hit, walk. Like I feel like it was just homer, homer, homer. Like it was pretty crazy. So there's a lot of excitement in the dugout, and um, really didn't. It wasn't too hard to stay locked in for something like that. A lot of times it is harder with the big innings, but um, yeah, I feel like it wasn't a super long inning, which helped. And obviously going out there 8-0 in the first or whatever was that helps for sure.
It really does.
Yeah.
So we've had some good weekends at home here in Tuscaloosa. Had the road series win at Oklahoma. What's going to be important for you in some of these starts coming up, going some really hostile environments, Texas and Tennessee?
Yeah, I think just kind of staying, doing my thing, and not making the moment too big. Obviously, Texas and Tennessee will have like big crowds, and they'll be pretty hostile, like you said. But just trying to not make it bigger than it is. It's just a normal game. Doesn't matter where we're at and who we're playing. But yeah, just trying to focus on what I do and continue to execute my plan every outing, and hopefully things just keep kind of going in our way that way.
What are you seeing from your fellow starters right now? Zane Adams, Miles Upchurch.
They've been awesome. It's been really, really good, putting us in positions to win every game that we've been pitching. And um, I think Miles yesterday was that was the best I've seen him. He was really locked in, landing pretty much every pitch, and that was really exciting to see him throw that well. And then Zane obviously has been really consistent for the past couple of years. He's been awesome too. So I've been really happy with the whole rotation for sure.
And then in the bullpen, you've been around a couple of these guys for a while, looking at guys like Sam Mitchell, Matthew Heiberger, Hagen
Mhm.
Banks. How special is it to see them kind of find their own roles and have a lot of success?
Yeah, that's been amazing too. Especially, I mean, Sam Mitchell is a guy that's worked his butt off for a couple of years and hasn't really been able to show a ton of that on the mound. And this year he's been awesome. He's been really, really good. Been one of the big high leverage guys for us. Matt obviously is he's Matt. He's good. He's just always good. And then Banks being able to kind of fit into that closing role has been really cool to see that as a guy that's been here for a couple years and finally having like a established role as a closer is so that's really exciting for him too. I'm happy for all of them.
And it seems like Hagen, especially his personality, just blends well with being a closer,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. It does. Yeah.
Well, it's cool you guys continue to find your footing and Tyler Fay continuing to have success. Just thank you for the time you've given us once again here on Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. All the best with what's coming up. Roll Tide.
Thank you very much. Roll Tide.